Bonjour! So today I'm going to be creating this look. I'm going for a makeup and hair tutorial today. I'm not saying that the way that I do my makeup is the way that you should, just the way I like to do my own, and then another hair tutorial for you. So creating this look today, a lovely rolled hairstyle, an updo with a pretty pearl pin. I hope you enjoyed today's video. So as you can see, I've got no makeup on at all. All I've done is cleanse and moisturise after having a shower this morning. So I'm going to start with a primer. Use Arbonne primer. One pump, just gently rub it into my fingers and apply all over my face. Okay, then for foundation, so I am mixing foundation with a CC cream. So I've got an Arbonne foundation in the colour Buff with a light CC cream. So I'm just going to pop a pump of each onto my hand and mix them together just because it's giving a nicer finish, a little bit more of a glow. And I like the way it looks on my skin. So I'm going to mix those together onto my hand and then apply it onto my face. There we go, so foundation. So I have spent the last 3 or 4 minutes really working it into my face with my Real Techniques foundation brush. So really working all the foundation and the CC cream into my face and really blending it in. So really work it into your face. Then we are going to do eyebrows. So I am using the new Arbonne eyebrow pencil. So it's got 2 different ends. One is a brush and then the other one is your pencil. So I like to brush mine first. There we go. And then I just slightly follow the line and fill in little bits of my own eyebrow. And add a tiny bit more length on the end. So I have had my eyebrows tattooed, so I don't need to fill them in as much as maybe some of you would need to. Okay, and then I give them, once I've finished filling them in, give them a brush over again just to make them look natural. There we go. Okay, going to move on to eyes before I do the rest of my face today. So I'm going to start with a little, this is a little Arbonne set in the colours, I want to say opal and driftwood. So it's like a shimmery bronzy colour with a brown. So what I'm going to do is put the shimmery bronzy colour all over my eyelid. The sun has just come out, so hopefully you can still see and it's not too light. There we go, so all over my eyelid. Then I'm going to take another Real Techniques makeup brush. So it's the 203 eyeshadow brush, taking it into my brownie colour. and all I'm going to do is follow the crease of my eye all the way around in this slightly browny colour. So I'm really blending, I'm working the brush in mini little circles, really blending it into my crease. So like a rainbow shape, but with loads of little circles into the crease of your eye. Then I'm going to go back to my other brush and go back into the opal and just pop that on over the lid again and work up into the crease just so it blends. So again on the other eye, onto the lid, and whatever's left on your brush, work into the crease. Go back to this brush and just go over the top. Then I'm going to go to another brush, go into my Arbonne linen, which is just a creamy colour. It's got a slight sparkle just to blend any bits that are really sticking out just between the shadow and my eyebrow. So you can't really see, it's a really natural colour. Or in case you've taken it too high, and instead of wiping it off and starting again, blend it with a natural colour and it will bring it back down. There we go. So I'm going to add a little brown eyeliner to the waterline on the inside of my bottom lid. There we go. And taking a small brush, just going to work this in to the bottom of my eye, so blending it slightly. Just blending that eyeliner slightly underneath my eye. There we go. Going to add a little liquid eyeliner. So I'm just going to go for one sweep straight across. No flicks, no wings or anything today. Just one sweep straight across. Getting it as close to your lashes as you can. So if you see me looking this way, I've got another mirror just because my camera is in front of the mirror there. Okay. And the other eye. I'm currently using two Arbonne liquid eyeliners. One of them is new and the other one is nearly run out, but the one that's nearly run out is a better brush because it doesn't have too much liner on, so I'm getting a little bit from the new one but using the old brush because it's so much better to not have so much product on. You can always add, it's a little harder to take away. There we go. And for mascara, so I'm using Arbonne mascara. Really like the brush on this and the way it really stands up your eyelashes. So I don't use anything like an eyelash curler or anything like that. Just the mascara. A fair few coats, so I'll do this coat, let it dry a little, and then I will go over the top again. I like to put mine on really slowly, so doing a really slow blink to help every hair get some product on. and the bottom ones. So I use my brush the other way for the bottom ones, so side to side, just because they're quite small hairs, small lashes, and it just coats them better and evenly. So if you do, like I've just done, flicked right up and got a bit of mascara onto my eyeshadow, all I'm going to do is take a dry cotton bud and rub it away. Then you can go back to your eyeshadow brush that you were using with the same product and just buff it over the top, and it's gone. Likewise, if it happens at the bottom, again, and you can blend back in with your shadow. So the reason I've done my foundation, then my eyes, is in case any eyeshadow was to drop onto my face, it's not finished and it's not ruined. So I would just take a sweep of a clean brush. This is what I use to put powder on. So taking a clean sweep just to clear away any excess. Okay, so going back to my face, so I'm going to start with the powder. So same brush, I've got an Arbonne powder brush, nice big brush, into medium shade of powder. Using a powder, if you're going to use powders like bronzer and blusher, it just helps set them onto your face. Working down into your neck, just so it blends. Nobody wants a streaky line. And again up into your hairline. So I'm going in with concealer. I'm using an Arbonne Light concealer. It's quite a creamy consistency with a Real Techniques concealer brush. So I just like to do stripes into a triangle shape underneath my eye. Down my nose, corners of your nose, and anywhere really that needs concealing. So if you've got a spot or had a spot, got a blemish, dark area, anything really, cover it up with concealer. Okay. Then I'm going to do a contour. So I'm going to contour with foundation. So I'm going to use the Deep Bronze Arbonne Liquid Foundation. So as you can see, it's really dark. Just onto an Arbonne Liquid Foundation brush. I'm going to start with my cheek area. So what I'm going to do is suck my cheek in to create the dent, and you're going to follow it up to where your hairline is. So I don't want too much product, so I'm just going to start with little dots, and on the other side, down my nose, so opposite sides of the concealer, and then up on my hairline and on my temple. Okay, then you can start to blend. So I'm just gently blending with a brush, as I am going to use a beauty blender in a second. But I do like to work it in with the brush because it's foundation, and I work my own foundation in normally. a brush is good. So I'm going to start with a tiny little beauty blender and do my nose first. So working in the concealer and then the bronzer down the sides. There we go. Moving on to a bigger beauty blender, I'm going to start with the area underneath my eyes and the concealer areas first. So I'll work it in with the point, then I change mine to the flat end just to get as close to my eye without ruining my eye makeup. And down onto my chin, around my mouth. Up onto my forehead, so I have concealed up here first. So I'll blend that in first. Then I like to use the large side to blend in my brown foundation for my contour. I'm buffing it up into my hairline. So it really works into my skin. Again, this one as well, I'm buffing it up onto my cheek and into my skin. Okay, so setting, I'm going to use an Arbonne translucent powder. So this is, some people call it baking, there's lots of other things, but to set your makeup so it lasts all day. I'm using my slightly damp beauty blender that I've just been using to blend all of this in. Taking the product straight onto the beauty blender, dipping it in so it's a powder. Just be really careful that it doesn't explode everywhere. And I'm going under the eyes. So you do need quite a lot of product. Don't worry, we will brush it off and we won't look so crazy. Underneath your contour line. And down your nose, up onto your forehead, and I just do a tiny bit on my chin and above my mouth. Okay, and we leave. So leave it looking a little crazy. I'm going to go back to my mascara just for an extra coat. You don't have to do that, it just depends how you like your lashes. There we go. So while my face is baking, I'm going to do my hair. So as you can see, I don't have my hair done either. Alright, so I'm going to just brush it through, naughty today. So hairstyle we are doing today, I'm going to be having a headband and then roll all of my hair into the headband. So you will need for this hairstyle a headband. So I'm using a black one, which you will see. You could use a different coloured one or you could get a hair coloured one. You will need some bobby pins, so these are my favourite. They're probably going to be in every video because I use them in every hairstyle practically. So some bobby pins. You will need 2 Kirby grips, so these are the wiggly line grips, a hairbrush and a comb. You don't need a pintail comb, just a normal comb would be fine, but that's all I have. Some spray, and I think that's about it. Okay, so I've just brushed my hair, that's all I've done, brushed my hair. I'm going to start by back combing the top section, so taking a section about this much, pushing the hair down into the root so it stands on end and you look a bit crazy. Taking the side section, just the front section, doing exactly the same, and the other side, pushing down into the root. Okay, just going to take a section just to this side, a bit lower down, and then just slightly behind all of this, and push it all the way down so you look crazy. Give it a spray and off you go. Just kidding. Okay, so brushing it out, but not too far, so I'm just lightly sweeping over my head. I'm not actually brushing down into the root because we want a little boost. That's what we're after. Okay, so we're going to start with our hairband. So it's a bit tricky to put on, it might take you a couple of goes. Tuck the hair over your ears, and the hairband is going, pop it on your head first, it's slightly easier, and then it's going round the bottom of your hair, so all your hair sticking out of the bottom. So you're not going to look like a ninja forever. You pull it up onto your hair, and then you can just adjust little bits. So we wanted this little lift here, and you want this lift here, but any bits like this, you can just tuck them in down. So my camera cut out earlier, and I didn't realise until I put the footage on that it's missed out a complete section that I was doing my hair. Once you put your hairband on, so it's round the back here, okay, you take your curvy grip, and then you're going to take a tiny bit of hair and push down onto the hairband just to secure that in there. And again, on the other side, take a bit of hair with it and then down onto the hairband just to secure the hairband, and then you can start to roll the hair in. Alright, so that hopefully will make a little more sense now. So we are here, going to do it again, slightly overlapping so you get across there, picking up the band again, wrapping it down and through and pull. So then you can move it into place so there's no gaps. Okay, got a tiny little bit there. I'm going to leave that and add that to the next section. Okay, I'm going to this side to do exactly the same. It's slightly easier if you leave the middle section to last, just so you can pick up the hairband. Okay, so we're here, pick up the band, tuck in, bring it all the way through and pull down, and then again slightly crossing it over, through and down. There. So we're there. So we've got 2 rolls either side and then some hair left in the middle. So this is the hardest section because you're going to roll and run out of hairband to really see and feel. So I'm just going to turn all the way around for you. We're here, taking this whole section plus the 2 ends, go to one side, doesn't matter which side, and fold in again and find a hole to take it through. And then again. Okay, so you're left with lovely rolled hair and a tiny little tail. So what I'm going to do with this bit is roll it and just push it in rather than take it through and round again. So then you can start to really push them in and round. So start to feel a nice roll there. Okay. So we're there, all the way around. So this is where you need your bobby pins, here. So I'm going to use some normal bobby pins, and also, if they're not going to stick out of the bottom, which sometimes they do because they're quite long, some bobby pins that have got pearls in, just for something different to make it look a bit prettier. So start at one side, it doesn't matter. I'll start this side and show you. You're going to take it in to the roll, out again, and then you're going to push down into the bottom. Now this is where I've said you might see them out the bottom, so it depends how big your roll is. If you try and put them in at an angle, so they're going into the roll rather than down, because they're just going to pop out at the bottom. Okay, so again, it's not an amount of pins. You might need several, you might only need a few. So we're going into the roll and out, and then slightly slanted down into the roll. I'm going to do the other side for you. So this side here, in and out, and down, and then round the back, in and out, and then down. So they're kind of going that way, in towards each other. You can put slightly more at the front if you want to tame this little bit. There we go. Alright, then I'm going to take my pearl pins. So I've got 4 out today. I'm just going to start with one side. Again, exactly the same because it's on a pin. In and out, and then down, so you can still see the pearl. Trying to spread them evenly. Might not happen. I will check in the mirror in a second. Okay, so I'm just going to use my other mirror to check. These two in the middle are quite close to each other, so I'm just going to move one out and back in. Okay, I think they're in. So this is a twisted rolled hair round a headband. We've got a little bit of volume up here and at the front, just to make it look a bit prettier. Rolled all the way round with some pretty pins, hopefully looking a bit like that. So finishing with a spray. Voila! Okay, going back to my face, so I've left my translucent powder on the whole time I was doing my hair. So I'm just going to take a clean soft brush and start to sweep away under my eyes, so down and out, and then under the contour, straight down. Down my nose, and then up onto my forehead. So brush it up and away. Again, down and round on the other eye. And we're good. We're baked. Taking bronzer. So I'm going to start first, because I'm contouring, with a little square brush. This actually was a Benefit brush out of a Hoola pack, but the Hoola was finished and I'm now using an Arbonne bronzer. Just going to go over that line gently. Again, less product is better. You can add more, you can't take it away. Gently dabbing over where I did those lines. Up and down my nose. I like to do a little V at the end, but it depends on the shape of your nose. Again, temple, and then arch of my head, there. Then I'm going to use a bronzer brush. This is an Arbonne bronzer brush, and just gently blend a little more product in. Can't use this one on my nose, so going back in with this straight up and down. Make sure it's blending in. May need to go back to concealer if you've just overdone the bronzer onto your nose, and blend that in. Maybe back to your beauty blender just to blend that in there. There. Blusher. So I'm going to be using my favourite shade, just suits me perfect, it's always been Dusty Rose. So it's quite light pink. So just a dab into the brush, give it a little shake. I'm just going to go for the apple of my cheek here. You can make a smile to bring that out here, and just to dab on there. That's it. And again, other side, apple of my cheek, there. Then I'm going to use a Real Techniques blusher brush. It's just slightly softer, so it doesn't apply as much product as this one. So this is our main one, apple cheeks, and then this one is just going to blend it on up into our cheek. Again, I'm taking a tiny bit up to my temple. They're really working that in there. So nobody wants a big blusher line. So really just work the product. Again, little circles or sweeps up into the hairline works best. Ta-da! I am going to take, there's various ways of saying it, NYX, I would say, fan brush. I am going back into my linen Arbonne eyeshadow, and I'm actually going to use this as highlighter. So a bit strange using different products for different things, but it works really nice. Tiny bit of shimmer, and it's clear coloured. So I'm just going to fan the brush over the top where I've done the blusher, there, and on the other side, under the contour, and down my nose. Then going back in with my blusher brush just to blend all that in. We are done. I'm finishing with a MAC Prep and Prime spray. So I do it all over my face. I start kind of up because the spray is going to fall down, all the way down. Nice spray on the face. Does come out a little bit, sometimes you can pick out spots where it's sprayed. So just a quick dab over them. Lips, just going to go with a natural lip today. A peach liner. I'm just going to line my lips. And then I'm going to then put the whole lip liner onto my lip. There we go. So it's not always about lipstick. I love a lip liner, always have. You can wear that as it was. You can put a bit of lip balm over to stay as it is. I am just going to pop over my favourite lipstick. It's Magnolia, so it's quite nude, and just pop it, dab it over the top, virtually the same colour as my peachy nude liner, and we are done. So we have a bronzed and brown eyeshadow with an eyeliner straight across, mascara and brows on, a slight contour blush, and then I've got foundation and a nude lip, along with my rolled hair with a pretty pearl pin today. That is today's look. So hope you've enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up. Again, if there's any other hairstyles you'd like me to try, comment below. Be sure to try those out for you. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye.